Well everyone, in this video I'm going to go over some of my favorite and most unique accessories that I've been using over the past couple of weeks and months. And what I want to do with this series is kind of highlight maybe 1 to 5 different products on a weekly or monthly basis to really show off what's out there right now and what's possible, because with so many brands and accessories and different products to accessorize, there's a bunch of different things that maybe go under the radar. So without further ado, let's talk about some of my favorite kind of iPhone related accessories that I think you should take a look at, especially during the holiday season. Let's get into it. But now before we continue, if you do enjoy videos like this one where we go over some of these awesome accessories and products, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and definitely leave some recommendations down below, because I will be taking those in and maybe testing out some products to see if we showcase them on here. So let's first talk about Satechi's brand new 7-in-1 hub made specifically for your iPhone. So like I said, here are just a few of these products that I wanted to show off, but let's start off with Satechi's. So let's move all this stuff out of the way. And Satechi just released their 7-in-1 multi-port adapter. I know it's a mouthful, and they probably should have came up with some other naming moniker, but it's part of their on-the-go collection, which I have reviewed here on the channel. And this is basically Satechi's puck-sized 7-in-1 USB-C hub. So you can see that you do have a USB-C kind of cable sticking out there. That is a braided cable, and if I turn it to the side, you see that we have a bunch of different I/O over here. Starting off with a micro SD and SD card slot, which is going to be great for quick file transfers, especially if you use something like an actual point-and-shoot camera with an SD card. Then you have an HDMI port here, which does support up to 4K 60, so it's not going to be 8K 60, but 4K 60 is going to be more than enough for most people, especially on the go. You have an Ethernet port as well if you want to wire in some actual internet, which is great to see. And you have 2 USB-A ports, which support up to 5 Gbps, so it's not the 10 Gbps, but still more than fast enough for on-the-go purposes. And it's in this puck style because, of course, it's going to be MagSafe compatible. So I throw it on here, it does magnetically attach, as you can see right here. And what I like about it is that the magnet, since it doesn't have that little magnet kind of ticker down here, you can spin it and move it pretty freely. But all you have to do is pull this down, connect it to your iPhone, open this up, and you can see right there on the top that this is being recognized as an adapter, and you can do whatever you see fit with it. So again, this works great if you are on the go, especially the SD card slot, which I've been using, and also again the USB-A port. So what I like to do here is plug in my SD card and my external SSD, so then I can move files between them without any of the files actually sitting on my iPhone ever. So that's something that's great to know. And one thing about these adapters is that it does kind of chew on the battery a little bit, especially if you're actively using it. And one great thing that I think more companies need to do is what Kyuku did with their MagSafe battery pack here. So this is Kyuku's, I believe it's their B10 MagSafe battery pack. They have an abundance of different ones to take into consideration. But what I like about this one is that yes, it is Qi2, so supports 15-watt wireless charging, supports 20-watt wired charging, and it's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. But the MagSafe magnets are double-sided. Now, you can't charge it both ways, but so this is the charging side, as you can see, indicated by a little charger. Works like any other MagSafe battery. You tap it in here, it's going to charge your iPhone. But the next best thing is that on the rear, it has more magnets back here, so you can add an additional accessory. So for instance, if you want to make sure you stay charged, you can slap this on here, and now you're magnetically attached with this package right here. You plug this in on the bottom, and you're still getting power, which is amazing to see. So you're able to charge up your iPhone without taking up the USB-C port here on the bottom, and still use the USB-C port for data use cases like I mentioned earlier with Satechi's on-the-go 7-in-1 hub. So this is a great matchup. But again, what really drew me to this was that double kind of standard, because what I've been doing lately is rocking my iPhone with no case, but I like to have some sort of grip on here. So these 2 grips, or kind of MagSafe accessories to be able to add as stands or as kind of finger holders, are both by Lumnu. This is, I believe, their G4, and this is going to be their G9. So the G4 is just a stand that I slap on the back here. You can do whatever you see fit, but what I like about this is that it does act kind of like a little handle here. Again, not a perfect loop or anything, but still enough to be able to hold this up. So you can stand it up vertically, horizontally, and you can kind of stick it out here. And then also, what I like about this one is that it has a little ceramic blade. It's only 4 millimeters in thickness, so you can barely see it here. If I hold it up against something black, you can see that there is a white tip right there. This is going to be great for box cutting. I use this every single day to open up packaging, to remove plastic from stuff, so that's a great one to have. And now this one also is by Lumnu, and you can see that it has a little bit more going for it. You put this on the back, but again, it's not going to have that multi-tool, but what I like about it is that it is very robust, it's magnetic, and it has an abundance of different angles you can kind of mess with when it comes to using it as a stand. And it has this little rubber piece right here, which sticks out, and you can kind of put your finger through here, and then now you're kind of holding your phone like this, all magnetically. And again, it's all still charged. Of course, you don't need to have this battery pack here. These are made by different companies, but you can see how strong the magnets are here. Kind of remove this guy, put the magnets on here, and now you have this little finger loop which is great, especially now here in the cold weather in the Northeast, because I am wearing gloves all the time. The phone gets a little bit slippery, so having this on here to make sure it never falls off is a great thing to have, and it's just easier to wield if I want to like flip it and watch it vertically with one finger without feeling like it's going to fall off. I've been loving this little kind of finger loop, and the fact that it's elastic has been great. So get yourself some sort of like stand or finger holder or finger loop for your iPhone to make sure that you can hold onto it securely. And then another recent addition has to be Nomad's new Stratos band. And this has to be one of the more unique styles of Apple band, and it's very rare these days to be able to kind of innovate in such a saturated space, so the fact that they were able to do this has been amazing. So I'm a big Nomad fan. I use their sports band when I work out and when I run around, and I love their titanium band as well, which is great to kind of formalize the Apple Watch experience a little bit. This one gives you best of both worlds. So on the outside, this is all made of titanium, and you can see that the individual links are held together by their FKM rubber, which is the same rubber they use in their sports band. So on the inside, it feels like a sports band, but on the outside, it looks like a titanium band with a little bit of an aesthetic color, which is awesome. It connects via their magnetic clasp like this. It locks into place via their magnetic clasp. It locks into place, and then you just remove it pressing one of these. So this one is going to be the most expensive out of the bunch. I believe it's $170 or $180, but I really like how this came out. And again, it's hard to innovate in a space like this nowadays. So this one by Nomad is going to be an amazing watch band to maybe do as a gift moving forward. And then the last thing I'm going to recommend that everybody needs to get is some sort of cleaning kit for your headphones, whether it is your AirPods or some other brand. This one is by Keybods. I'll leave it linked down below, but it has every tool that you would ever need. And I have a whole video on how to properly clean your earpods. But you can grab one of these things. It kind of looks like a mini Apple Pencil. You open this up, it's got this little microfiber cloth. This is going to be for all your different tips that you can kind of put in here to pick stuff away, get that gunk out of there, and then they have all the other tips down here, and clean the way that you want to clean your AirPods. But those are some of the accessories that I just wanted to show off to everybody that I think everybody should take a look at. Some very simple ones, aside from the band itself. All these are under $60, with the cheapest one probably being the Keybods one, and then you have the stands, which are only like $20, $30. And then, like I said, the 7-in-1 is going to be $60, but the star of the show here has to be this double-sided MagSafe charger, which I do recommend everybody get their hands on, and more brands need to double-side their MagSafe batteries because it allows you to have more than just one accessory. But that'll do for this video, everybody. If you did make it to the end, leave a little dolphin so I know you made it to the end. And if you guys want to watch more videos like this one, check out one of these videos right here. And also, comment down below what you guys think I should name this kind of series, or if I should make it a series. And I'll thumbs up the one that I'm going to end up deciding, and I'll shout them out in the next episode. But that'll do it, everybody. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace.